is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Do you need bone support? Do you need immune support? Now you can get both with D3 Gold from Quantum Nutrition Labs. Buy one bottle at $10.95 and get the second 50% off. Call now, 888-588-7578.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Tune in to get your questions answered and hear the latest breakthrough information for you and your family.
Listen to Healthline daily at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern on CRN.
Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now, here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy to be here one more time with you. I guess most people today are still in kind of a food coma, and I'm talking about people here across the United States. Although, for one reason or another, as migration happens to come this way and people learn about Thanksgiving, same as Halloween and stuff like that, when people travel back to our original countries or our countries of origin, many of us have taken those customs back. So celebrating Thanksgiving in a country where I am from, Costa Rica, may not be a turkey thing, but pork or whatever, maybe even turkey or chicken or whatever, but it's the idea of giving thanks that has spread in more than one place. Very much like Black Friday. Of course, there's people that go shopping and there's people that go protesting, okay? And I was reading somewhere in Europe, some ladies went topless to protest whatever they're protesting, but it happened to be for Black Friday. And it kind of brought to mind something that I think is very, very funny. And I'm going to ask my friend Jose here. We spend all Thursday preparing for a good meal, and then we say thanks for the things we have, and we are very grateful about it. We pray or whatever it is that we do, but the whole thing is to give thanks for what the Creator has provided for us throughout the year and how happy we are with what we have. A few hours later, everybody heads to the mall to kill each other to get junk that they don't need. I mean, do you get that part?
Yeah, there's a little irony there.
I mean, it is kind of crazy. People knocking other people at the doors, and not only knocking them down, but running them over. Nobody stops to be humane anymore and pick up the person that they toppled over. It's
to buy something that is on sale that you probably didn't need.
That is something that I have always kind of thought about that, because you go and you kill yourself. Your lack of sleep, tired from the day before.
I can't lie though, I'm guilty.
And then you go and buy something that you look at for days after. You go, why did I happen to want this? why did I come all the way over here to buy this particular item where I have two of them? So, but I guess it's probably the idea of being part of a group, part of a crowd. Funny. I find it really ironic. I find it strange, but I guess it's the way of life today.
I think if there's been something that you've been saving money for that you really need, like a microwave, and it's around Black Friday, then I guess it's a good time. Because you were going to buy it anyway, but then you go and save. But don't push and fight in line,
Well,
be civil, be civil.
Half of the time you get it because of the price. Yeah. It is not exactly what you wanted anyway. So we'll talk more about this. We'll be back in a second.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, we are so back. Anyway, we were discussing the fact that the idea of Black Friday. But it's no longer Black Friday because it actually starts Thursday right after
Thursday
6
night,
o'clock.
yeah, in the evening.
So that is one thing that has always bothered me. And every time it's a little bit more and more and more. The fact that for one reason or another, everything gets so overly commercialized. It's no longer a traditional thing, but a commerce thing. But I do have to say one thing. The only thing that does not get commercialized is Father's Day.
Right.
Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah. It looks like there's not, like society doesn't put an importance on fathers in general. Well, I shouldn't say it like that, but I just, sometimes fathers I see are underappreciated.
You know what? It's really funny, because I have to tell you one thing. I don't feel underappreciated. I don't. I'm the type of guy that whatever I get, if I get a pen, I love it. If I get a tie, I love it. If I get a T-shirt, I love it. I'm appreciative of the fact that people thought something about, The thing is, though, commercially, you don't see Zales jewelry store advertising this massive, beautiful, whatever rock, manly rock,
Right.
in a ring that needs to be bought for thousands of dollars. Like you see diamonds. It's you don't see very much of. Well, it's Father's Day. You need to bring your dad and buy him a new Lexus. It's not like that. Everybody kind of directs themselves to the female side. I mean, it's fine.
No, you're right. Yeah, like they have the Victoria's Secret sales, or come buy her a new ring or a necklace on TV. The commercials. Yeah,
everything.
Exactly.
But anyway, so that's about it. That was my complaint from the daddy side. I need to stand up for the daddies of the world, and they got your buddy here. Last week, I was answering some questions, and somebody from California, DW, I actually got a complaint because they said I never got to answer the question. I don't know if I did or not, It's actually the last question. How long have you been a travel agent, and why did you choose to be one? I don't know that we got involved in that.
I'm not sure yet. So
Anyway, DW, here you go.
Save the best for last.
Really? How did I get into the travel business? I was in the auto business prior to that. Well, prior and during. It was an investment. It was I was doing okay. I found a travel agency for sale, and I wanted to kind of put money in there and see what happened, and probably get some free travel. That was actually at the time, this goes back over 40 years ago. And at that time in the travel business, you would get into it always for the wrong reasons, always because the airlines were giving you free trips, the cruise lines were giving you free also cruises.
The perks.
The perks. There was always a lot of hotels that wanted to, give you rooms and whatnot. And I fell into that groove. And but being that I've always been a businessman, I took it a further step by creating a business of travel, not only a service oriented business, but a business. And I, from the beginning, it was the original concept was to be a wholesale travel business, which would cater to the retail travel agencies. And but to answer the question of why did I choose this one, I think it's because from very young, I was always a wanderer. Even in Costa Rica as a young child, I mean, I used to go on safaris by the rivers with my little posse, and wander around, and then we moved here in 1958 to California. It was my mom, my dad, my brother, myself. I was a kid of 10, something like that. And I needed to find my new surroundings too. We lived over there by the Exposition Park, on a street called Flower.
By the Coliseum.
Near the Coliseum, yeah. So the following day after I arrived here, I decided to go wandering about and got lost at the Exposition Park. I did because I didn't know directions, anymore. I mean,
as a child, yeah.
Yeah,
that could be
I
scary.
was 10. And
big city.
The park is huge.
Yeah.
I discovered the flower garden. I discovered the museums, and I wandered inside the museums and spent. All of a sudden, I come out and it's dark, and I'm going like, okay, which way do I go? And all I remembered was right behind the house where I was living, there was a gas station. So, I walked, I mean, it had to be around the corners, So I went and I found more than one gas station. And I walked around from station to station until I saw the back end of the houses where we lived in.
And you made it back.
I made it back. And, of course, my mom was hysterical. I mean, you name it. Talk about being sent to corner. But that has been my thing. Always try to go out there and discover what is beyond your line of sight. There's always something. And I don't know. I've just been curious all along.
You've had that inside you, natural traveler.
Well,
wanderer.
Here, you were able to get your driver's license at 16. 16, yeah. I got mine at 15.
Oh, wow.
Because my dad emancipated me. He went and signed the documents and all of that. Because he had a plan. He needed to drive a car from here to Costa Rica.
So you were going to be his second driver.
Second driver. Well, then it turns out to be that he bought another car. So now there's two cars. So at 15 and a half, I drove From here to Costa Rica.
You drove from here to Costa Rica at 15. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
impressive. I can't.
So, and the thing is that,
how many hours is that, by the way?
oh no, it took us 12 days. 12 days to get there. But the funny thing is that
12 days.
half of the time I was on my own because I was lost. My dad would drive forward.
And let me just remind the audience, there probably wasn't cell phones with GPS.
No, nothing like that.
So,
just a map.
Just to add to the difficulty.
Yeah, you would get a map and you read it and you get lost and then you cannot figure out how to fold it again. And so that's what it is. At 15, Costa Rica, man. We'll talk about it more. Bye.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's to see the memorabilia of movie stars and theatrical magic right in downtown Fullerton, California. See the Art of the Masters, an Italian town square complete with storefronts of old Italian butchers and cheesemongers, fruit and wine vendors, seamstresses showing their wares, fairy lights from cathedral ceilings, and our ancestors smiling down at you from the family love altar. The romance of Romeo and Juliet, and find the mystical Room of the Moon. And don't forget King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and who knows what awaits you in the wine cellar. Enjoy the great food. We hand stuff our pastas, roll each and every tortellini, bake our own bread, make our own sauces fresh from our private stock of Sicilian family recipes. From pasta to seafood, chicken to award-winning pizzas, tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, just $18.95, and Angelo's and Vinci's has been named 2 years in a row Best Italian Restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurant, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. Call right now. That's 800-485-8803.
All right, we are back, and I was talking to Jose about at 15 I drove from Los Angeles to Costa Rica, a brand new car at that. And the fact is that for me it was such a adventure that I was looking forward to. There was no fear per se, little apprehension. I was to follow my dad, but being in two separate cars, you always know that the separation can happen, and it did. It happened from L.A. to Nogales, which is where we crossed the border, and then the major loss for me was the fact that we separated each other in Guadalajara, big city in Mexico, lots of traffic, confusing traffic because the main streets, have these roundels like every other block, every other corner. And you don't know, all the streets kind of spider from there. And I lost my dad. I mean, that's it, gone. So this happened about 11 o'clock in the morning. I was all over the place looking and finally, and to make the long story short, finally I decided that I better get going towards the exit of the city, because I figure at one point or another, that's where we all had to go through. So as it turned out to be, like around 2 o'clock in the morning, I mean, 16 hours later, there he was, and then that's it. So we went like that, and in Mexico was another adventure, and in Mexico City. So from then on, we started avoiding the bigger cities and just go around them and whatnot. But just the same, the experience of being in control of a car throughout that long stretch of road, 3,000 miles?
Yeah, I was just looking that up because I wanted to share how how impressive that is. 3,500 miles.
Yeah.
Across at least 5 countries?
Well, you go Mexico, Guatemala,
Honduras, Nicaragua.
All of them, and then Costa Rica.
I mean,
the funny thing is that even at the very end, finally we get to Costa Rica, and it was pouring rain, unbelievable deluge of water, to the point that we had to go up to San Jose and through San Jose. And at the turn, there's a big national park called La Sabana. And there's a big statue of a former president right there. And it points to, the statue is pointing towards downtown San Jose. Yeah? But the rain was so bad that my dad missed it. I saw it, but I was in the wrong lane. I couldn't make a turn. And then while I'm looking at the statue, and I couldn't, there's no cell phones. There's no way to signal other than your horn. And just forget it. It didn't work. So I'm looking at the statue, and I'm trying to catch an eye on my dad, and I lost him in the rain. He was driving the little Ford van, like a white Ford van, disappeared. And then I go, okay, so now I know which way to San Jose, but from then on, how do I get to the town where we were going?
Right, you don't have a MapQuest.
Yeah. So, again, went around in circles. The traffic is, in Latin America, it's a little bit different because there's no real, now there is.
Especially back then, yeah, at that time, I can imagine.
There was really no signaling. Everybody drove like a mob, and it was
raining with almost no visibility.
No visibility. By the time I was able to get to a place where I could make a left turn, I was totally on the opposite side of the park, and I didn't know how to get back on track. So anyway, but again, I did stay calm, let the rain pass a little bit, start looking, and then I found my way to San Jose, and then I started asking questions, how to get to Guadalupe. And they put me on the road, and somewhere on the road, my dad was waiting.
That what that's pretty incredible. That adventure where you guys just had a common destination, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because on the road, I mean, it sounds like you guys must have got separated quite a few.
Yeah, more than one
times.
time. Yeah. But here's the funny thing. At 15 and a half, I had that desire of discovery. I had that want to see what's out there. I don't see that from young people today, even in their mid-20s.
I'd like
30s.
to find a 15-year-old in the country right now who can do that, who can do what you did.
Well, you know what? I mean, I got to tell you something.
It sounds like an adventure, though.
It is. You have to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Minetti. Go to LarryMinetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryMinetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
How old are you? 25, 35, 50, or older? If you have pain, we can help. Do your knees hurt?
Ow.
Let me ask you again. Are your knees killing you?
Oh, yeah. Are they ever?
What about your back? When you bend over, does it feel like this? How about when you get out of bed in the morning? If you're like me, your knees and back feel like this.
Oh, that hurts.
I found a company called the Pain Relief Hotline. They specialize in ways to treat your knee, back, and neck pain without surgery or taking medications. The good news is if you have insurance, you may have little or no cost or out-of-pocket expense. I've used them. It works. Call the Pain Relief Hotline now for free information. 800-309-2677. 800-309-2677. Call now. 800-309-2677. That's 800-309-2677.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was the location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294. Experience the nation's newest winemaking region. Taste San Diego County's best wines along historic Highway 94. Discover one of San Diego's most exciting wine-producing regions. Explore the rolling hills. Look at the beautiful vineyard vistas. Picnic in a rural area and enjoy incredible wines like Dulzura Vineyard and Winery. Located in Dulzura on the historic Clark Ranch, this winery and its estate vineyards are the continuation of 135 years of agricultural heritage. You'll taste dry Riesling, Chardonnay, Viognier, Malbec, Zinfandel, Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, even orange muscat dessert wine. Dulzura Vineyard and Winery, open weekends 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and weekdays by appointment. Call 619-468-3769. That's 619-468-3769 or go to dulzurawinery.com. That's DULZURA winery.com.
He sounds like Neil Diamond, acts like him, looks like him. By the end of the show, you will believe. Your Concert Connection, the showroom at South Point presents Neil Diamond the Tribute, starring Rob Garrett. Playing now, my lady. Solid gold hits, just the way Neil Diamond performed them. December 1st and 2nd. Tickets at the box office, online at southpointcasino.com or charged by phone. 702-797-8055. Neil Diamond the Tribute, starring Rob Garrett at the South Point.
All right, we are back, and then we were talking about the little adventure that I had at 15 and a half, and Jose was asking me, or making the comment that today's kids really are not that adventurous, and I have tendency to agree with that because I've seen it. I've talked to young people. I mean, considering the fact that even today, I mean, they want to be insured until they're 26, and I don't understand that part. Maybe being older, because I'm older, and I lived a totally different situation. I don't know why there is this allergy to being independent. You're a young guy. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Somewhat young. So, yeah, well, I think it's a good thing sometimes to be thrown out into the water kind of
Right.
you learn to swim, a little rough, but it helps mold you. So I think it is not beneficial to baby young adults a lot of times, and I see that happening.
Well, you know what? I grew up climbing trees, picking fruit off the tree, spitting on the thing to wash it,
Yeah, I mean,
and eating it.
And you grew up perfectly fine.
And I don't have allergies like peanut allergies or whatever, milk.
Ketchup allergies
Yeah.
and shrimp.
I had, in my life, I never heard of those things when I was growing up. And we used to share peanuts. We used to share food. Let me have a sip of your Coke. Yeah, sure, here. That's it. We used to share. We used to drink water from a hose. Whenever we got thirsty, we went to a local,
same here. The
neighborhood
neighborhood
hose,
kids.
and then the story. Today they tell you, well, if the water's been in the plastic bottle for too long, there's poison in it already. So, I don't remember any of that. I mean, like we used to drink tap water. Well, I have to say one thing, though. I think that kids today are missing a huge opportunity by not cutting that umbilical cord themselves. Mommy and daddy are not going to do it, and yet mommy and daddy sometimes don't have time to pay attention to their children. They buy them an electronic gadget, here, entertain yourself, because we're too busy working. But yet they don't let them go out there and explore.
Yeah, I think that's what's missing is some kind of connection with outdoors, nature, being outside, riding a bike, going to the park.
I think people forget one thing. If you're out there watching and learning the ways of the street, you actually develop the notion of self-protection. You learn to be aware of what's strange and what is not. I mean, so you learn to protect yourself. You learn to take care of yourself. I mean, when I was growing up, it was not paradise. There was always some weirdo lurking behind the bushes. But we were smart enough to know what to do, how to avoid that particular situation. Because we had to develop a sense of survival, which is something that it doesn't happen today because kids are mostly locked up in a room playing with their computer. So how do they know?
Yeah, it's what we were commenting earlier. You're kind of in a bubble, and what happens when you leave that safe bubble and you come out and face the real world that sometimes is harsh and dangerous? And
I think kids need to be encouraged to make a decision about what they want to do. My mom, God bless her soul, she was very protective. Mm-hmm. She worried about everything, but by the same token, she was also willing to take a risk. Okay, I remember that I used to disappear every Sunday when I was like 16, something like that, 16 and a half. I worked at I was a pearl diver at Sears. I used to wash dishes. That's what they used to call us, pearl divers.
Pearl diver.
And so I accumulated X amount of dollars a week, and then I would disappear. And my mom was always wondering, where you go? You've been gone most of Sunday. Where? I said, well, yeah. I didn't have the heart to tell her that I was riding the bus from where we lived on Olympic and Western to the Compton Airport to take flying lessons.
Oh, wow.
Because she would have killed me.
At 16.
At 16, yeah. So
more of Orlando's adventures.
Yeah. So I heard about this place called the 47 Flying Club. And since I was born in 1947, then I figured, okay, it's an omen.
It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. So I went there, and I promised, I would pay everything, whatever. If I could help around the hangar. So on Sundays, I would go to the fuel pit to refuel planes for extra money. I would gas them up and check just gas them up. Pilots would check the oils and stuff like that. But in order to complete what it would take to fly 1 hour with my pearl diving thing, so it wasn't until I did my first solo that I was so happy, because I came home with half of my shirt missing. The tradition was that when you soloed, you cut your tail feathers or whatever.
I thought your shirt got caught in the propeller.
No. The tradition was that when you soloed, they would take your tail, the tail of your shirt, and cut it, and they would paste it on the wall with your name on it.
Kind of like you're
free to go.
Yeah.
You're no longer earthbound type of thing. You're no longer tied.
So you were 16.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive also. No, but, I didn't think they would allow a 16-year-old to train and fly.
Actually, that's the time you can get your private license when you're like 17 and a half or 18 or something like that. But I started training at 16. So I could only fly by myself. I didn't have a license but I would be able to fly cross country.
What did your mother say when she found out?
Oh my God! I mean, it was hysterics all the way. But you know what? I mean, again, they trusted me, so we'll be back in a second with.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
All right, we're back, and we have the Stitch segment, which is always bringing you, I don't know, fun topics, culture pop,
fashion, fun things to do on the weekend.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's the hip, trendier, younger, cool side of radio.
Thank you.
That's what I think of it.
Exactly is what it is. Hi guys, thanks for joining for another segment of The Stitch. Alrighty, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. Today I'm gonna talk about band tees. Now, in regards to band tees, band t-shirts, rock and roll t-shirts, I think that is an important staple in people's wardrobe, or should be an important staple. It's like your everyday white or black t-shirt. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. Band tees have been kind of coming back in the fold of fashion for the past few years, and it's kind of evolved into people. I mean, you see girls, like if you see the screenshots provided by Pinterest, the pictures, girls are wearing them with skirts. You can buy an oversized t-shirt, wear it with your favorite pair of leggings, skinny jeans, and wear them with your boots, combat boots, flats. You can basically, it's a very versatile article of clothing these days. So, my favorite, one of my favorite things to do with band tees is I love wearing them with my distressed jeans, my leggings, putting a really nice necklace on, and out the door you go. If you can see the pictures, you can see some of the flat lays and how to style it and everything. If you have like a really cool moto jacket, a lot of them that I've been seeing on blogs and influencers on like Instagram, I've been seeing them being paired with like your favorite, velvet blazer. If it ever gets cold here in Cali probs, it's just been too hot here.
It's for those of you guys who don't know, it's about what was it yesterday? It was about like high 80s, maybe like
yesterday was like high 80s. Thanksgiving 89? Broke records. Thanksgiving was like almost in the hundreds.
Gosh, it felt like
it was so bad.
Yeah, so
for me, if you guys get to know me a little bit better, I am not a fan of the heat. I hate the heat. I'm a sweater weather girl, 100%.
Yeah.
You're never going to find me, I just hate the heat.
So a quick note, just for the listeners, we have, if you guys are watching the video on crntalk.com, you can see some of the images that we, of the shirts. And, just so you guys tune in on the video. For those of you guys that are just listening, you can't see, but you can always catch the replay. So.
Oh, yeah. You guys should honestly catch the replay and basically catch how you can style them, how you can work with it. I'm telling you, it's a very versatile piece of article of clothing that I think people should purchase and, wear. A lot of offices these days are going more on the casual side. I mean, if you're working in a corporate America office where it's suit and tie all the way, obviously you cannot pull this off. But if you are more on the casual side, or you guys have a casual Friday, it's easy just to kind of pair it with a cardigan, like I said, nice pair of pants, and out the door you go. So, yeah.
Now, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just me, or has there been like a reemergence of popularity with the band tees in these past couple of years? I've
it's been a
everywhere.
Boom. It has been a boom of popularity.
I see people who don't necessarily like the bands who wear the shirts, and I mean, some people would say, oh, well, you shouldn't wear it. But yeah, I've seen them, like the Guns N' Roses, the AC/DC.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you guys know the men, and Orlando's my father. I grew up listening to AC/DC, Huey Lewis and the News, Metallica, Def Leppard.
All the greats.
And I have been a AC/DC, Rolling Stones, whatever T-shirt wearer forever.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash. It's just one of those things where maybe it's just the idea of feeling young, which there is really nothing wrong. I mean, a lot of people say to me, you're at this age. Well, I know how old I am. I really do. I see myself in the mirror every day. But the fact is that in the soul, if you're young at heart, in the soul, you're just young. And I instill that into them. And they have actually been the ones who, she and her sister are the ones who keep me on my toes about feeling young.
Oh, yeah.
I need to keep up with them because,
well,
it's a family thing.
My first love of, honestly, band T-shirts was because of this man, to be honest with you. I used to steal his band T-shirts all the time. And to this day, sometimes he's like, is that my shirt? I'm like,
is that
no.
my shirt?
No.
Did you cut a hole in my shirt?
Oh, yeah. And that's another thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people these days are distressing more of the band tees because there's nothing better than a distressed band
I've
tee.
seen that, yeah, with the
holes,
washed out or with the holes.
Bleached out.
Here's the weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I was wearing a T-shirt that had a tiny little hole on the side, And I go, I gotta throw this away. It's got a hole in it. You know? Now this one's is over here.
You got to pay extra now at the store for the shirt.
Well, that brings me back to, honestly, if you guys want to purchase band tees, the best places to go, I mean, I'm a girl on a budget, and I love a budget, and I love a good deal. Surprisingly, the best band tee you guys can find is places like Hot Topic, Walmart, Target, H&M, and Forever 21. And I'm not being sponsored by any of these. Please sponsor me. Hopefully one day. But that if you guys are on a budget and you want to amp up your style, my suggestion is to go to those places to buy a band tee.
And there's probably good deals going on still this weekend.
It's still good deals, guys. Black Friday, and don't forget about Cyber Monday. Check out the deals on Cyber Monday. You're going to get some good deals.
Oh, good. That's great. Yeah, good stuff. We look forward to next week's Stitch segment.
Actually, I'm not going to be here next week. I'm actually going to the LA Car Show, but you guys check me out at Graphic Ricky on Instagram and Snapchat. You guys can follow me there. I will be videotaping it or showing it on Snapchat.
Talk to you soon.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. Call right now. That's 800-485-8803.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was the location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
All right, we are back, and time already has run out almost. We just heard the Stitch, where you're gonna get all the tips about fashion. And all the stuff that rocks the young people today, huh? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Very good. Well, you know what? In closing, we have talked the last couple of shows mainly about a little story behind who I am because people ask, and there you have it. But one of the things that I would like to say is that the spirit of adventure should be in all of us. I think we should all try to explore. You don't have to go to Brazil. You don't have to go to the jungles of Pantanal. You don't have to, go far, far, far away. Really, if you take the time and just walk, for the people in Southern California, Ventura Boulevard, go down on Wilshire, Rodeo Drive. You don't have to go to all the stores or anything like that. Just walk. See what's out there. And I have to tell you one thing. More than one person will be totally surprised at what they find. And that is what I call little soft adventure. But more and more people today get in their cars, whether as a passenger or a driver, doesn't matter. Number one, they're always looking at their little telephone screens. They don't see out the window. And number two, push up the windows, turn the air conditioner on so you don't get the sounds of the street anymore either. And I have to tell you, there's nothing. This is why maybe I appreciate my little convertible as much as I do. Because you're out there in the sun, listening, watching everything. You cannot miss anything because it's there.
And wind in your hair?
Wind in my hair. Oh, yeah. That's it.
Yeah. I love driving with my windows open. I can't, being inside
I know.
most of the time if the weather's
there's been days when, so hot. But just cool the car down and then that's it.
But yeah, I have to second that what you just said. There's our own backyard here in Southern California has so many things to do, to explore, and
it's amazing.
And I'm sure everywhere. I mean, anywhere you're at in any state.
I think that
out.
If a person that has not been downtown, it's not uncommon to hear, I haven't been downtown in 10, 15 years. I think if they go to downtown LA today, they will find the place to be unrecognizable. Nice little eateries. I mean, there's places you don't have to go to fancy restaurants.
Actually, no. D-Town. I mean, I went to the Broad a couple months ago, and around that area, I mean, it's very up and coming. It's clean. It's safe to walk around, and we were walking around pretty late at night.
I mean, it was really fun to go into the Grand Central Market long time ago. Now I understand that it's been upgraded. Yep. It's a great place to hang around and eat. I mean,
you have a lot of little cafes, places just to kind of go and do a picnic and, eat around. There's like little places to sit down, little benches, and there's the museums. You have, like I said, the Broad. You have I think it's called the MoMA or something across the street. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, so I'm not going to bore you with any sales stuff today because, this is not the right time. We're not running Black Saturday either. But next week, we'll resume our regular scheduling with our guests, and I'll be bringing you some information about some nice trips that you can join us in. What the heck? Go out there and explore, guys. Have a Coke, have a coffee. Talk to people that you meet. Don't be shy. Stretch your hand out there. Shake hands. Say hello. Be one with the world. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great time. Bye. So long.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio shows sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can